We are so lucky today to be in the Crush Studios with a renowned guitar master, and we're going to catch up and talk for a couple of minutes, but it's all about the music today here on The Crush at 95.9. Please put your ears on this. This is Tommy Emmanuel on The Crush. Wow, now there is some guitar work. And I am the lucky guy. I am Benson in the Crush Studios today with guitar master Tommy Emmanuel and J.D. Simo. What was that tune that we just heard?
That tune was called Wheelin' and Dealin'. It's kind of a homage to Jerry Reed's Eastbound and Down. That kind of same kind of feeling, you know, a song of constant motion, you know.
You've got a new record coming out in about a week, on the 19th.
Yeah, on the 19th.
And it's called Accomplice One, and it will
it's
be
an
available.
Album of duets with people that I love and admire and love working with. It's the real deal, you know. It's real people playing together and you know, singing together. And it was a great opportunity for me to sing with some of my favorite singers, Jason Isbell and Ricky Skaggs. And Amanda, actually Amanda Shires did a great job on the Madonna song, Borderline.
Let's play something else from the record. What do you want to play?
All right. This is a song I wrote for my baby daughter, Rachel. And she fell in love with Paul McCartney's Blackbird and played it 1,000 times in the car when we're driving around. And so I took the idea from Blackbird, the kind of feeling from that song, and I made Rachel's Lullaby. So here it is.
That is a beautiful tune.
Thank you.
That is a beautiful number.
Thank you.
Tommy Emmanuel is with us on The Crush right now with J.D. Simo. Our rock and roll gods all have their sort of creation myths, and we always have heard how the Beatles heard Elvis Presley and that changed their lives.
Yeah,
and Eric Clapton talks about hearing Robert Johnson for the first time, and literally just it blew his mind open.
Exactly.
And he studied it, and he was obsessed, and he still is to this day obsessed with Robert Johnson's technique and approach. Chet Atkins, in many ways, sounds like the story, from what I understand from you, was a guy that changed your
kid when I heard
conception of the music, though.
I think it was not just his playing, but it was the overall sound that was mind-blowing. Nobody's records sounded like Chet's. They were just so beautiful, you know, the actual tone and everything, and he was so in tune and so in time and all that stuff, you know.
And you were only 7 or 8 years old at the time. That's the amazing part of your fascinating story.
A funny part of this story is when I heard Chet, I had one of those epiphanies. I had one of those revelations where I pointed to the radio and I said to my dad, that's what I have to do. Whatever that is, that's for me, you know. Well, fast forward to 1980 when I first came here to America, and Chet took me to lunch, and I got to hang out with him for the whole afternoon, and he told me the same story. He said he was living on a farm in Columbus, Georgia with his father, and his father gave him a little radio set to build, and he built it and got it working. And he tuned in the radio station from Cincinnati, and he heard Merle Travis playing 9 Pound Hammer or something like that. And he said to his dad, that's what I have to do, whatever that is. And it was exactly the same story.
So you are in the cosmic lineage.
The cosmic lineage. I don't know. But
well, to be 7 years old, though, and to recognize that you're having a transformational moment, for a highfalutin phrase for saying, I really like that.
Exactly. Being on stage, for me, has been my drug of choice all my life. I've never really been the kind of musician that cares too much about impressing everybody. You know, I'm an entertainer. This is the entertainment business. My job is to fulfill that, and to take people out of their ordinary existence and take them to another place. You know, even if it's for an hour and a half, if they're totally engrossed in what you're doing and love the music and give it a chance to wash over them, then their stress level comes down. Their worries disappear for a while. If you can do that, then you're really doing a service for everybody out there, and that's how I look at it, you know.
I think that's a great way of looking at it, and we appreciate you bringing that spirit here to the radio station today.
It's a wonderful job, and I just couldn't imagine doing anything else, you know.
Why don't you play one more tune from the album for us? What do you got for us?
JD sings this on the album, Accomplice One, and he plays some mean acoustic slide on this too. So here it is, Dock of the Bay, the great Otis Redding, Steve Cropper song.
Sitting in the morning sun, and I'll be sitting in the evening come. We're watching the ships roll in, when then I watch them roll away again. We're sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. We're sitting on the dock of the bay, just wasting time.
Well, I left my home in Sydney, headed for the Frisco Bay. I have nothing to live for, looks like nothing's gonna come my way.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. We're sitting on the dock of the bay, just wasting time. Yeah. Looks like nothing everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to, so I guess I'll remain the same.
Yeah, sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone.
Well, this
2,000 miles I roam
just to make this dock my home.
Knock my home, yeah.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the time roll away. Well, sitting on the dock of the bay, just wasting time.
Get it, JD.
Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to now, so I guess I'll remain the same.
Sitting here resting my bones,
And this loneliness won't leave me alone.
the 2,000 miles I roam,
Just to make this dock my home.
knock my home.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the time roll away. Yeah, sitting on the dock of the bay, just wasting time.
What a great time we've had in the studio. Great time. Tommy Emmanuel and J.D. Simo on guitars. Great tunes taken from a new album called Accomplice One. And we thank you guys very much for joining
Thanks
us.
for having us, brother. Much appreciated here on The Crush.